Why does Nickelodeon has the rights to keep airing the shows that they keep airing? I don't know. I honestly really don't know, you guys. I just don't know. Because Nickelodeon is afraid to show us BTS or behind the scenes behind the making of these SpongeBob episodes because Nickelodeon is a hunk of trash at this point. They don't want to show the viewers behind the scenes of these major episodes that they're making because Nickelodeon is lazy as hell. Because they don't want to provide the stuff that we want to see. Think about it. This is 2017. Why can't Nickelodeon show us BTS behind the scenes footage of these episodes? Why can't they have a cameraman come into the studios right in the middle of making an episode and film the making of these episodes? I know in the season 1 DVD box set there was a special feature of them showing behind the voice acting, but that was back then. That was back like in what, 1999, 2000 or some crap? A long time ago. We are in 2017 and you're telling me that Nickelodeon cannot upload BTS on their YouTube channel for Christ's sakes for any of their shows that they're making? I mean, come on now. I'm surprised that these voice actors, Tom Kenny, Clancy Brown, Roger Bumpus, and Bill Fagerbakke, and the others are still doing this. I mean, come on now. It has to come to a point where SpongeBob will end up being off the air, and then viewers will be upset. Because the show is already on its 10th season. Hey, I don't know. I mean, how do they make these episodes ahead of time? I mean, we've already gotten back-to-back episodes from Saturday mornings. We got Mimic Madness. We also got Housewarming, Snooze You Lose, and Krusty Catering. Those came out last week. And then there's going to be a new episode coming out tomorrow, too. What's going on? What is Nickelodeon making these? I mean, see, look, that is another reason why we need to know the reasonings behind these episodes because Nickelodeon needs to provide it. They need to provide it. Because we're sitting up here wondering, how are these episodes coming out every Saturday? I mean, are they making these episodes ahead of time? Or do they already have the ideas already glued into their brains and they've already been done making the episodes and they just have to wait to air it on television? That is what we need to know. We need to know the name of the program, the name of the animation program, software that they use to animate these episodes. We gotta know that. No. 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 What pisses me off is that Nickelodeon, for its 10th season of SpongeBob SquarePants, you figured that the show was going to have a dramatic change, right? The show hasn't changed. And that what kind of upsets me with Nickelodeon is that they're afraid to make new changes to their shows. Is that Nintendo, a video game company out in Japan, not involving here in the United States, a Japanese video game company, and they come up with creative ideas beyond the dot. For example, in the modern Mario games, the recent modern Mario games, Nintendo has been changing the style of the characters. They've been orchestrating the music, meaning that they're using live instruments. And then Nickelodeon thinks they can get away with it. See, that's another reason why I don't understand why this show is still airing. Why are you gonna keep airing this show if you're not gonna at least change the style of the music for a bit? I mean, we're in 2017, Nickelodeon. You can be creative. You're just not showing your creativity is because you want to keep the fans at a nostalgic purpose. There is nothing wrong with orchestrating the music. I mean, it could be the exact same songs that plays in SpongeBob, but at least orchestrate it. What I mean by orchestrated, I don't mean like an orchestra, like string instruments, tubas, and whatnot. I mean, make the music live. Cause at the same time, I'm about really had it hearing the exact same songs that play in the show. It's like the creators are purposely not trying to squeeze in new ideas for this character. I mean, for a year like this, Nickelodeon could be creative, but they're trying not to because they're rushing these episodes and they're airing it so the kids can watch it, and then they can get more views for future episodes, I believe. I don't freaking know. I mean, the music for SpongeBob is the exact freaking same. I mean, what I mean by the same, I mean the exact same music used from other episodes. That's another problem that I have with the show, is that Nickelodeon cannot, like, provide, what? Is Nickelodeon afraid to do that? Is Nickelodeon afraid? I mean, turn the studio, I mean, have a band or some crap, I don't know. Like, have a live band perform the music for the show to make the show a little bit interesting. Because we're in 2017 now. Man. And then Mimic Madness. I don't know what's madness about it. I mean, for that episode alone, the concept, to be honest with you guys, the concept does sound kind of creative, but at the same time, the concept kind of sounded bland. We already had an episode where someone tried to imitate his friends in the episode Gone from season 6, where it was National No SpongeBob Day. Everybody left Bikini Bottom, and then so SpongeBob had to mimic his friends or try to pretend to be his friends when everybody was gone. Then in the episode Mimic Madness, they expanded that idea to a whole new level where it causes SpongeBob to change his forms and shapes. Are you kidding me, Nickelodeon? You made an episode where SpongeBob tries to mimic his friends, where you could have come up with an episode beyond more creative than that. Yeah, I know I gave the episode a high rating, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But seriously, man, why? I'm surprised these voice actors are still enjoying this job, where they could be going out doing something else. I mean, geez. Make an hour-long SpongeBob special. Make classic Bob Modern Pants. Why can't you make an episode like that, Nickelodeon? Why? Why can't you make an episode where classic SpongeBob visits the modern Bikini Bottom? See, you don't want to make your episodes great. Bring back Doodle Bob. Bring back Doodle Bob. Bring him back or something. I mean, Nickelodeon, seriously, man. You're purposely making your show bad because you don't want to bring back these good, memorable characters. Bubble Bass, he ain't doing no good because Nickelodeon keeps bringing him back as cameos. Keep bringing him back as a cameo instead of an actual character for an episode. I'm done. I'm just through at this point. I'm through with Nickelodeon at this point. The Nickelodeon is still purposely not trying to make their episodes a little bit better. Oh, modern SpongeBob is changing, you guys. Modern SpongeBob is changing. For goodness sakes, Nickelodeon, why is it so hard for you to be creative at once? Oh, we don't want to orchestrate the music because people might complain about it. No! You don't have to make original... I mean, you can make an original new set of music, but orchestrate your already existing music. Like the Krusty Krab music, for example. I mean, it could be the exact same as the god-awful synthesized version and just just remaster it into live action or something, or live instruments or something. I don't know. But yeah, SpongeBob is currently on his 10th season. Not any other show is being mentioned. Golly. Got this yellow idiot over here freaking out because he's trying to mimic his friends and whatnot, and then it doesn't turn out to be well. So then he runs off in a cave because he doesn't know anything else to do in his life. Jeez, bro. But Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob, was probably like, this is a pretty good episode that I did. It was boring as heck, though. Got them mimicking each other and stuff. What do you think? You think I got time for this? You really think I got time for this, Nickelodeon? Change your music, like, right now. I'm about had it repeating myself again that you don't want to change your show up a bit. 2017, Nickelodeon. My God, you don't want to be creative like Nintendo. Make SpongeBob into make an episode where SpongeBob goes into a scrapbook and he's like and you make stop motion yarn characters or something. Change the show up a bit. My God, Nickelodeon want to change the show up a bit because they suck. They suck because they don't know how to do anything else in their lives. Nintendo, they're doing perfectly fine with Super Mario Odyssey. See, Super Mario Odyssey put SpongeBob SquarePants in the shame. Nintendo put effort into that game. They made Mario realistic in Super Mario Odyssey. His hair is real. His overalls look realistic. I mean, Nintendo is doing perfectly fine because they're making Mario unique by changing his design throughout the games. That is why Nintendo is doing A-OK, because Nintendo is not afraid with creativity. Nickelodeon is, because they don't want to orchestrate the music, because they're afraid that the fans are going to say, oh, bring back the good old synthesized SpongeBob music with the nice ukulele and whatnot. It is not hard to get real live instruments, hook them up into to an amplifier or something. Like real instruments. Keep reading the same title screen, title card music for recent episodes. It's about Mimic Madness. What's madness is how badly written the episode was. Got him over here singing a song because he can't be himself or anything. If you should have never, first of all, SpongeBob, if you should have never mimicked your friend to begin with, if you should have never mimicked your friends to begin with, you would have never had to sing that song, SpongeBob. You're just trying to be immature because you saw Squidward imitating Mr. Krabs, so you want to play along with the game too. No, to be honest, both Housewarming and Mimic Madness, both episodes had a conflict dealing with just SpongeBob alone. Just SpongeBob by himself, just him. 2 episodes dealing with one character who is the main one. I mean, why can't they make an episode where I really want to see an episode where they can make an episode without having SpongeBob at all in the episode. That is not hard, Nickelodeon. That is not hard. Why? Make an episode where SpongeBob does not appear not one time in the episode. It's still SpongeBob SquarePants, but he's just not in that one episode. God, he appears in every episode because he's like the main iconic character. Talk about I want to mimic all my friends. First of all, why was Plankton be involved in that episode? They turned this villain into a nice sidekick now because they don't have nothing else to do in their lives. Let's make an episode where SpongeBob mimic his friends. Yahoo, 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 yoo-hoo. Yeah, they probably like that idea so much. They probably like the idea. I'm telling you. Nickelodeon's gonna mess around and go bankrupt again. They don't at least make the show a little bit interesting. See, that is exactly why the modern age don't want to be creative. Think about it, you guys. Think about it. This is the modern age. This is where creativity should definitely be involved. But no, Nickelodeon is not thinking about doing creativity. It's because they want to keep SpongeBob the exact same bullcrap 2D animation. They don't want to change its design. They don't want to make an episode where Smut turns into yarn or something. They don't want to make an episode where they come into like in live action suits or something. Their creativity will never reach as high as Nintendo, because Nickelodeon is gonna mess around. The Kids' Choice Awards comes out tomorrow. I ain't watching that crap. Even though John Cena's gonna be in it, just because John Cena's gonna be on the Kids' Choice Awards 2017, does not mean I'm gonna watch it either. So what? Is every Saturday gonna be a new episode of SpongeBob? Is that how is it gonna be now? That doesn't make any sense, Nickelodeon. That doesn't make any sense. You don't air these episodes on TV for the point as it's beyonding. Oh, I'm a freak. I'm a freak. Yeah, you are a freak, SpongeBob. You are a freak because your episodes won't change a bit. It's about SpongeBob. Modern SpongeBob is constantly getting good, where the freaking creators can't orchestrate the music or change his design up a bit. I'm done. Hello, everyone. EB, the original master here. I'm back with more videos for you guys. So let's talk about SpongeBob SquarePants again, shall we? Nickelodeon's most popular TV show. Can SpongeBob be redeemed? Yeah, but I am coming up with some really bad hopes for Nickelodeon right now. Cause I'm thinking my problem with Nickelodeon is right now is that they are afraid to be on the creative side. The reason why I mean by that they're afraid to be on the creative side is that Nickelodeon is afraid to be creative with their episodes. If you think about it, Nickelodeon could be a good channel again if they try to make their shows a little bit unique. I mean, if Nickelodeon does this, I think a lot of fans will be pleased about what they do to their franchise. I mean, let's take a break from Nickelodeon for a minute and let's talk about Super Mario Odyssey, for example. Mario in that game, he is very, very emotional. I mean, he has all these weird face expressions and whatnot that makes the game more unique. I mean, it makes it unique to see all these crazy face expressions that Mario has in Super Mario Odyssey. And then his design, for example. I mean, Mario's design in Super Mario Odyssey just blew me away to see how realistic he looked. See, that's number one that Nickelodeon can do to be creative. Come on, Nickelodeon. It can't be that difficult. I mean, it won't be hard to at least make an episode or at least change the style of the animation a little bit. It can still be 2D, but try to make the textures and character features a little bit on the little realistic side. I know this is a 2D cartoonish type of show, but you could be a little bit creative on that, Nickelodeon. Because I'm afraid that Nickelodeon is afraid to be a little creative with the SpongeBob episodes is because that it's the truth. Yeah, Mario Odyssey, Mario has a realistic design. His overalls, his hair, his mustache, his gloves, everything looks like CGI realistic textures, and that's what gives Super Mario Odyssey a really good cake. Because Nintendo is making Mario unique by doing lots of crazy things to him. But yeah, I think Nickelodeon is afraid to do that. I know Nickelodeon wants to do it their way, but if you want to make SpongeBob a little bit more unique, try to change his design up a bit. I mean, come on now, get Steven Hillenburg, even though he has ALS. Tell him to come up with some ideas. You know what? In fact, what would be really cool if I paid a visit to the Nickelodeon studios with Tom Kenny, Roger Bumpus, Bill Fagerbakke, whatever his name is, and Steven Hillenburg, the whole SpongeBob crew, and give them a little taste of what I want them to design. I think, if you think about it, I think Steven Hillenburg probably might like my SpongeBob Classic Modern Pants episode. Because, I mean, think about it, Nickelodeon. See, that's my biggest issue with Nickelodeon. The Classic Bob Modern Pants video that I made, that episode could have been the Truth or Square episode from the 6th season, obviously. Because it has classic characters talking to their modern version. I mean, it's the same characters, but their designs are different because we're in 2000. This episode think about it. 1999 didn't have the best quality of animation, so SpongeBob had a really dull looking design. But as the years progressed, Nickelodeon decided to change its design up a bit, make them a lot more colorful, a lot more different shaped out. See, that's an upgrade. But yeah, what I'm saying is that Nickelodeon for SpongeBob SquarePants could make it a really unique show if they try to make it, or if they try to make it unique, where the fans will be happy and then the people who made the episode will be happy too. Cause think about it, Nick. Think about it, Nickelodeon. Just think about it. And then another thing that I want you to improve is that I think another thing that Nickelodeon is afraid to do is to improve on their music. What I mean by that, what I mean by recreating the SpongeBob music, I don't mean create new songs by scratch or anything. I mean, you could remake all the songs in SpongeBob, but instead of using the exact same music or synthesizers and whatnot, just like live record it. I mean, for all the songs that were composed in SpongeBob SquarePants, they are remastered, but in live instruments, for example, like the Krusty Krab music, for example. Some of the instruments in SpongeBob does sound kind of synthesized and some are realistic, but you can tell the difference between synthesized music and realistic instruments. See, that's what I really wish Nickelodeon could do for SpongeBob is if they could remaster the theme song, you could remaster the music. Nickelodeon, it's not difficult. You could, I mean, think about it. You could recreate all the songs in SpongeBob, but in higher quality, with live instruments. But for the SpongeBob theme song, you can still have like all the instruments playing in the background, or you can just have the theme song instrumental. Or you can actually have like you can actually have it like a kids choir singing it. I mean, that would be cool. Or you could also, like, for the Krusty Krab music, you can have like live accordion and whatnot. You can have like a live accordion player, or you can have like live flutes and whatnot. Or you can have a video on your YouTube channel of behind the scenes of behind the SpongeBob music, because the music that SpongeBob has been providing throughout all these years has been reused so many times. It's making me wonder, why hasn't Nickelodeon improved on their music yet for SpongeBob SquarePants? We are in a year where you could try to be a little bit more creative, because Nintendo is doing absolutely okay with it. I mean, in fact, Nintendo has been doing creative things way back in the N64 GameCube era. I mean, take The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, for example. In that game, they turned the game into a cartoonish, 3D, shell-shaded design. That's a really good approach for Nintendo. And that game came out in 2003 for the GameCube. That was like in 2003 or something? That was like a really, really long time ago, and that game had really good creativity. And for 2017, you're supposed to think that Nickelodeon could try to be better than the way they are right now, but they're not. They're not trying because they don't want to make their channel better than ever. I know that's Nickelodeon's thing, but if I just walk into that studio and say, "Hey there, Mr. Steven Hillenberg, I am one of your SpongeBob fans, and I would like to sit down with you and give you an interview. I want to give you my thoughts of what I could think that can improve on SpongeBob." And then I hope Steven Hillenberg accepts these ideas. I mean, if he doesn't accept the Classic Bob Modern Pants idea, I'm going to be so disappointed. Because even he will probably agree with it. I mean, why couldn't he not agree with it? Why couldn't he not agree with my Classic Bob Modern Pants episode? I mean, it's just modern interacting with the classic. I mean, that's pretty interesting, right? Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, if I just walk to the Nickelodeon studios saying, "Hey, Mr. Steven Hillenberg, I'm one of your fans, and I'd like to sit down and give you my ideas for SpongeBob to be improving." I mean, it won't hurt for Nickelodeon to hear ideas from their viewers. I mean, come on, that happens all the time in the internet, man. That happens like all the time. But yeah, Nickelodeon's just afraid to show off their creativity a little bit. Look, Nickelodeon, I'm not trying to hate you, but come on now, Nickelodeon. 2017. It's time for you to be creative, man. Time for you to be creative. Turn SpongeBob into what would be a really good episode if they decided to like make a whole episode dedicated to live action, meaning that we have like a live action Bikini Bottom, like they have like a studio out in the middle of nowhere, or they actually film like outside or live locations, and just have SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward in full body suits and have them roaming around the place. That'll be a really funny episode or something. We're having an April Fool's Day episode where it just shows, where instead of having the cartoon characters playing the voices, we'll just see Tom Kenny and all them doing their voice acting in front of a camera. And that'll be like an April Fool's Day episode. Instead of seeing the actual SpongeBob, you see the voice actor of SpongeBob. That'll be a good April Fool's Day episode. And then at the end, all the characters are like in their 2D saying, April Fools, we pranked you. We just showed you our lively selves or whatnot. Yeah, Nickelodeon. This is a year where you could really expand your creativity, because all you're doing right now is killing your animation software by reusing the exact same animation styles for your episodes. I honestly don't know what type of program. I honestly don't know what animation program that they use to make these episodes, but it is obviously on the computer, because animation is done on computer. They use computer technology software to animate the episodes. And then during the voice acting, like Tom Kenny is probably reading from a script, talking into a microphone while watching the episode airing on a TV screen. So it shows the episode on a screen. They recording the voices. Tom Kenny's literally reading from the script, because you're voice acting, so you have to read from the script. So I think everybody has the exact same script, and when they get to their lines, that's where they all have to say their roles or whatnot. So they write the episode, they choreography it, and then they air it on TV for the kids to watch. But yeah, Nickelodeon, this is 2017. It's time for you to step up your game on creativity. Meaning that I want SpongeBob SquarePants to have a design that we've never seen them before. You can do it, Nickelodeon. 2017. This is the 10th season, Nickelodeon. Season 10. You know how long that is of a season for SpongeBob? That's really huge, man. For season 10, make an episode where, or just have an episode where it's, like, somewhat like, I don't know, like he becomes all pixels or whatnot or something, but yeah. And then another thing is, you really have to change up your music, Nickelodeon. You really have to change up your music, man. Cause listening to your reused music here's what the SpongeBob music sounds like to me. It sounds like the new Super Mario Brothers games. Cause in New Super Mario Brothers 2, that game recycled so many music from the Wii version, it just made me wonder, why didn't Nintendo make new songs for the game? That's how Nickelodeon is doing for SpongeBob. Instead of making new original songs, they're reusing the exact same songs from their previous episodes for all the episodes. For what? For nostalgia purposes? Or they're just lazy to compose new music? Or they're just lazy to recreate the music and live action orchestrated, like like live action instruments or whatnot. I'm saying that Nickelodeon could do that, but I'm afraid they're not going to, because they just don't want to know the truth. I don't care. I really don't care. I need to go to the Nickelodeon studios right now, have an interview with Steven Hillenburg and all the cast of SpongeBob, and tell them about my Classic Bob Martin Pants episode, because I would like to tell them that episode. Nickelodeon is going to be so proud of me. They're probably going to actually make the episode, and then they're going to probably put my name, like episode inspired by me or something, or that'll be really cool or whatnot. Or have an episode. No, it'll be a really cool episode if Steven Hillenburg animated himself and they put him in the SpongeBob universe where he's interacting with the characters that he created. That would be really cool. That will be a really cool episode. That could have been the Truth or Square episode. Steven Hillenburg talking to his characters that he created, but he's animated. Like, they turn him into an animated form. He's in Bikini Bottom. Say, "Oh, where am I? I'm in Bikini Bottom." And then you see SpongeBob and whatnot. They give each other high fives and whatnot. That'll be really cool. That will be really cool. But I don't think they slap the creators into the show, because that'll be weird and whatnot. But other than that, Nickelodeon, be creative with your episodes. Improve on your music. Make it live action, meaning that make the instruments live, like live accordions and whatnot, to make it a little bit stand out. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, Nickelodeon. Be creative. Why? Why was this episode even invented? The Krabby Chronicle. A freaking episode where Mr. Krabs turns the Krusty Krab into like a newspaper press, which will make all these documents on newspapers and whatnot. So Spinella made all these newspaper documents all over town. You know, forget it. I'm not even going to review that episode because it's stupid and it sounds retarded. So I want to talk about my Roblox series again. That's right, another Roblox series announcement. So yeah, I've already made a video like this not long ago. I mean, not long ago. It was like a few hours ago of this day, July 15th. And it's 8:35 in the morning, and the sun's out. So yeah, yay. Anyways, yeah. Today, I want to talk about more episodes from SpongeBob SquarePants Roblox series and why, I'm saying it really fast so you guys can't probably understand what I'm saying. So yeah, season 2016 had a lot of good episodes. I still enjoy the 2015 episodes, but season 2016 has even more better episodes. We got in its very first episode of 2016, SpongeBob with the Samurai Sword, where SpongeBob and Patrick found the Samurai Sword out in Goo Lagoon. They read a book about it, and they went to Japan to return the sword back until Plankton came, and he wanted to take the sword from them. How about a bowl of rice? Hot and ready! Yeah! There's the bowl of rice. Got, you little square guy can't get against me! Kapow! It's such a freaking butt up. And then, yeah. Afterwards, that's when they went into like this ocean area. There's like an ocean area, and then that's when Plankton turned into a giant samurai Plankton, and this SpongeBob and his friends use a giant mechanical robot to defeat Plankton with. See? That's kind of sounds typical, but yeah. Then we got episode 15, SquidCon. In this episode, Squidward wants to apply for SquidCon that he got from the mail, and then SpongeBob helped him apply to SquidCon by signing an application. Squidward had a bad GPA of 1.77, causing Squidward to go insane. I have not shown you my report card. Let me see that report card, Squidward. I need to see what you're failing. Oh my god, you're failing all your classes! You're failing history, science, literature, math, and you got a really low performance. I can't believe Squidward got a 23 in science. Sandy will be so upset. Sandy will be mad at you. I don't care about Sandy. She can die. Whoa, that's a little I think Squirrel went way too far on that. I think that was by far the most threatening joke I've ever heard from Squidward in this series. I don't care about Sandy. She can die. You better be lucky that she wasn't in her house hearing that, because she probably came out in just a flash and gave Squidward a nice uppercut to the nutsacks. Oh God, you punched me in the nuts. Promotion in Bikini Bottom. The Krusty Krabs didn't get filmed for a promotion, and it turned out to be that the guy wasn't filming the whole time. You freaking two bald head. Why didn't you tell me you had the lens cap on the whole time? Yeah, the guy freaked out. I can't believe you lost all that footage from Go Get the Krabby Patty. That's $20 out of your paycheck. Well, all I need to do is shut up and get in the car. I mean, dang, $20 out of your paycheck? Dang, that's a lot of money that you're taking out. Episode 16, The Revenge of Mario and Luigi. This episode had a lot of audio issues, you guys. This episode had a lot of audio issues. Meaning that the narration wasn't lining up with the pictures, because when I was watching the final product, I heard a whole bunch of errors of this not lining up to this not lining up to that. So yeah, but I actually got the final exam episode right. Mrs. Puff, she needs to come back, you guys. I might end up bringing back Mrs. Puff, even though she only appeared in one episode, which was the final exam. She might appear in another episode. She might appear in 23B, hopefully. Yeah, she might end up appearing either in 23A or 23B. I'll figure it out. Then we got episode 17, Stressless Squidward, where Squidward lets out his biggest rage. There was actually one scene where Squidward got so angry he started to steam up a bit that his whole face turned red. That's how angry he was. Give me that air horn! It would have been if he crushed it and slammed an air horn on the ground. Yeah, Squidward had enough with SpongeBob and Patrick's childish behavior after that stupid screaming contest. Ah! Oh my god. Screaming like amateurs. And that's where Squidward got the Zap Master 5000, where he wanted to zap SpongeBob and Patrick with, if in case he got annoyed again. Oh, so you guys want to annoy me? Say hello to the Zap Master 5000. They get electrocuted. And then since SpongeBob and Patrick got electrocuted, they wanted to get revenge on Squidward by actually taking the Zap Master 5000 and destroying it. So SpongeBob had a whip, Patrick had a hammer. SpongeBob whipped the Zap Master 5000 at Squidward's hands, and Patrick got the hammer, and bam, 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 he smashed the entire phone the remote to pieces. That was my only way to keep my stress levels down. And then so Patrick got revenge again by electrocuting Squidward by turning SpongeBob's house into a laboratory. So there's a giant electricity tower sitting on top of the pineapple, and then Patrick pulled the lever, and that's when Squidward got electrocuted during the night. Bah! He screams at the top of his voice. Clone a sponge. SpongeBob creates a clone of himself because his friends were too busy to play with them. SpongeBob creates the clone machine. A clone came out, got a bazooka, shot a bob bomb out, and boom! Sandy's tree dome got exploded from the clone SpongeBob. Yeah, this episode sounds better than Copy Bob. Yeah, Copy Bob. I haven't seen Copy Bob, but Clone Sponge's plot sounds a lot better than Copy Bob's plot. I've been in Copy Bob. He went around trying to sell that formula. Seriously, why wasn't Copy Bob, the Fishbowl, or any of the other episodes was airing on TV? Did Nickelodeon forgot to air them or something? I don't know. I don't care at this point. I mean, they aired Patrick the Game on TV, but not the Fishbowl? What the heck is up with that? Wow, what is up with that, man? Nickelodeon, you're just losing money. You air Patrick the Game on TV, but not the Fishbowl. What's wrong with you, Nickelodeon? What's wrong with you? And I even went to the freaking TV guide, and I still couldn't find the Fishbowl nowhere. Why won't you air the episode on TV? You think that's too much? Air it on TV, for Christ's sakes. Episode 18, Scam Me Plankton. Plankton got the scam Krabby Patty formula. I want the Krabby Patty formula! He gets it. Mr. Krabs gives him a scam version of it. Reads the formula ingredients. He cooks the Krabby Patty by flipping it and cooking it. Plankton takes a bite of the Krabby Patty. It turns out to be a fraud, and he goes outside of his chum bucket restaurant, vomiting the sandwich out in the trash can. And I added realistic vomit sounds because I was not gonna I'm not gonna actually make throw up sounds because it's not funny. What's funny is actually downloading throw up sound effects through the media. So Plankton wanted to get revenge on Mr. Krabs for poisoning him with the Krabby Patty. So Plankton got a ray gun, and then Mr. Krabs got a bucket full of hot grease given by SpongeBob. Here, have a little grease. Oh, burning! See, that's the type of humor that we want to see in SpongeBob. Not that boring humor where Plankton tries to fly around in a saucer trying to steal the formula. He even got a drill, and he drilled his way through the Krusty Krab. That's creative. Then we got called the jellyfish. Come, jellyfish, come along with me. Yeah, so someone wanted to learn to call it with the jellyfish. He started doing these jellyfish calls. Ah, ah, ah! Like, shut up. And then that's when the real jellyfish came and he electrocuted SpongeBob because there was awful screaming sounds that he was making. So that's when the Jellyfish Ranger came, speaking, and he's from Australia. He said, hello, I'm the Jellyfish Ranger. I'm from Australia. Such a freaking grenade mite, veggie mite sounding butt on out of here. Come, jellyfish, come along with me. Like, shut up, I wanted to hear you. So at the ending of the episode, it was night. It was dusk. And then SpongeBob and the Jellyfish Ranger rode on jellyfishes singing the jellyfish song. Not the jellyfishing song from the SpongeBob Last Stand. Jelly, it's a jellyfishing song. And like, no, shut up before I throw this mouse at you. Getting a mouse in your nutsacks. Episode 19, Sandy moves out. Sandy was about to move out of her house, her tree dome, to go back to Texas with her family. Patrick accepts the idea, but SpongeBob is upset about it. SpongeBob doesn't want Sandy to go. He wants why did I just call Sandy a guy? I'm sorry, you guys. Sandy, not Sandy. SpongeBob doesn't want Sandy to leave, so SpongeBob impresses Sandy with his hoverboard and whatnot. You are not leaving Bikini Bottom, and there's nothing you can do about it. Your dad is a hillbilly douchebag. Then we got Radio Star, The Spongy Cried Wolf, Cool Patrick, Krabby World, Prank Day, Stranded Paradise, and Patrick Sleepwalk.